what's next?
What's next?
Hi, I'm Holly Hernandez, and I'm majoring in communication design at Texas State, and I graduate fall of 2024.
My name is Katie Hernandez. I'm a studio arts major with a concentration in drawing, and I'm graduating fall 2024.
So my name is Angela Rodriguez. I'm a public relations major. I will be graduating December 2024.
My name is Meg. My major is public relations, and I'm graduating this semester, December 2024.
Leaving college and entering the workforce is very nerve-wracking, but I feel confident that I'll find a job just because there is a lot of jobs in my field, and I think there's a lot of directions I can go in with graphic design. But again, it's just nerve-wracking, like navigating that whole new thing because I've just never really worked a job before, but I'm okay with that.
It's definitely a bittersweet feeling. It's exciting in the sense that I can, go off and finally pursue, my dream of having a career in the art field, but it's also kind of sad because you're kind of leaving this period of time where you're a student. Like, suddenly you're no longer a student and now you're becoming this working adult, and it's just bittersweet overall. I'm excited for the future and I have hope for it, but there is that kind of melancholy feeling when leaving your childhood behind.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to like having some me time because it's usually always just school, and like always doing homework, always like trying to like get ahead and work. But now I'm kind of focusing on myself and just doing what I need to do as an adult.
Feels really freeing. I'm super excited for this new chapter of my life. A little nervous too, but overall I'm feeling good. I can finally relax. I feel like I've been working nonstop for the past 4 years, so that'll be nice, just relaxing a little bit while I work on the job hunt.
It's like a mix of emotions. I am nervous but also excited, which I think is normal, and I keep telling myself that it's normal and that it's okay to be nervous. I'm excited to like start my own life and have my own future, but it's also nerve-wracking not really knowing what's in my future, but I think that's okay.
All right.
There is that fear with finding a stable job that will keep you afloat financially, and especially with minimum wage and inflation these days, that's always a worry. But I think overall, I'm confident that I'll be able to find something that can keep me financially stable.
There's so many fears I have. I can name them like all right now. Fear of not getting a job, fear of having no confidence in myself, fear of losing my confidence when I'm like in my big girl job, fear of like disappointing my parents, all of that stuff, fear of like not being able to pay my debt for Texas for university, fear of not like being able to pay my rent. It's just those things. Like, I'm super scared about it, but also it's like that's just like adult things. It's gonna happen, and I'm gonna figure it out.
Fears about leaving college and entering the workforce. Mostly I would say just classic not being able to find a job and being underqualified, which I know in the back of my mind I am qualified because obviously I'm getting a degree and I've done internships, but you always hear stories about people having the same qualifications as you, if not more, and not being able to find a job. So I'd say that's my biggest fear.
I think our generation does have a harder time just because I think it's harder for us to have a guide in the whole job field, and I feel like we're kind of just thrown into it. And also when applying to jobs, it's hard to have that job experience when you've only been a student for, you know, most of your life. And it's hard for like hiring people to kind of trust that our generation is going to do the job well. I feel like they are kind of dismissive towards young people sometimes, but I think that because we're so young, we can always learn more, and I think that's why they should be more open to hiring our generation.
I do think Gen Z has it a little harder in the sense that there's that stereotype that Gen Z doesn't want to work or that they're lazy, which I don't think is the case most of the time. I think the main issue is employers not paying enough or thinking that Gen Z is underqualified or expecting too much for little pay. I think that's what's keeping Gen Z from finding jobs and applying to more jobs. And again, with just inflation and rising prices, that's always making it hard to find a job and stay afloat financially in this economy.
Yes and no. Yes, because jobs a lot right now are so much more competitive, and like I'm assuming back then that like if you had a job you were already hired on the spot, but now it's like you have to be connected with people, you have to like have certain skills, and you have to know so many people in that workforce, and it's like it's a little bit harder now because what if like someone has the same skill as you, like you're gonna have to like one up their skill. So yes, I do think it is a little bit more harder for Gen Z now, because I think if like you're going for like this like influencer or social media job, you have to have like a certain amount of followers personally, and it's like, but that doesn't like downgrade you for like your skills that you have. So I'm also super not sure on that, but yeah, I do think Gen Z does have it a little harder now.
We have access to a lot more opportunities, especially with the rise of social media and being able to do remote work anywhere around the world. So I think that is a great opportunity that a lot of generations haven't had in the past. I would say we do have it harder in other ways, just like how the economy is, and like I was saying, trying to do the extra work to set yourself apart. But I think each generation has their own hardships that we just have to overcome.
I think after I graduate, the plan is to obviously apply, but I feel that I have the time to apply. I'm in a position where you know, I can take my time, which I am very grateful for, and yeah, I'll just keep looking for jobs in the area. Even if I get an internship, I'm okay with that. So I think that's pretty attainable, and that's my goal for right now.
What's next after graduation? I have an internship right now, and that's supposed to end like a week before I graduate. So I am hoping that I'm able to kind of grow in that field. I have an internship at an art gallery in Austin, and I think there'll be opportunities for me to network with other people and kind of find a community where I can find some sort of job related to the arts. I'm really open to anything as long as it's kind of relating to my major. I think there's always room to grow, even if that growth isn't always linear. I think there's just always somewhere to go in terms of finding a job in my field.
What's next after you graduate college?
I honestly wish I had exact answer, like a definite answer. But I feel like whenever you're like applying for jobs or whenever you're like trying to go into new things, it's like whatever is meant to be will be. So that's kind of what I'm leading with, and hopefully I have a really good job that will like pay me well and I'll be able to have a family, or you know, I'll be able to pay back my parents for a lot of things that they did for me. So after college, hopefully I'm living a really good life. So yeah.
Goal is to get my master's in strategic communications. Not too sure where yet. And then in the future become a professor or possibly start my own media agency.